When a dog wags its tail, most of us assume we know exactly what it means. The dog is happy, excited, friendly, right? But here's the surprising part. That assumption is often wrong. Animal behavior researchers have found that a wagging tail doesn't always mean a dog is happy, not even close. In fact, a lot of dog bites happen right after a tail wag that people completely misread. The dog wasn't celebrating, it was trying to say something else, something subtle, something easy to miss if you don't know what to look for. And once you start understanding the signal, you may begin to see your dog in a totally different way. So let's break down what your dog's tail might actually be telling you. Most of us grew up hearing the same thing. If a dog's tail is wagging, the dog must be happy. And sometimes that's true. But in the world of canine behavior, tail wagging doesn't automatically mean joy. What it actually shows is emotional arousal. That arousal could be positive, but it could also mean the dog feels unsure, nervous, or even defensive. Think of the tail like an emotional gauge. It tells you that something is happening inside the dog, but it doesn't tell you exactly what unless you look closer. The speed of the wag matters. The height of the tail matters. How stiff it is. Which direction it moves. Two dogs could both be wagging their tails and be feeling completely different emotions. That's where people get it wrong. They see the wag, but they miss the context. The behavioral science. Researchers who study animal behavior have spent years looking at how dogs wag their tails, and they've noticed something fascinating. Dogs often wag their tails differently depending on how they feel emotionally. When a dog is experiencing positive emotions, the wag tends to lean more toward the right side of their body. When they're feeling stress, uncertainty, or anxiety, the wag often shifts toward the left side. This happens because different sides of the brain process different emotional responses. Now, realistically, most humans can't easily spot the exact direction of the wag, but the dog's overall body language usually makes the message clear. A relaxed body, loose muscles, soft eyes. That usually means the wag is friendly, but if the body is stiff, the ears are pinned back, or the dog pauses or freezes between wags, that tail movement might be saying something very different. Communication between dogs. For dogs, tail wagging is actually part of a much bigger conversation. Dogs read each other's body language constantly, and the tail plays a huge role in that communication. A loose, relaxed wag that swings side to side often means, I'm friendly, I'm curious, I'm comfortable here. But a high, stiff wag sends a different message. It can mean the dog is alert, tense, or unsure about the situation. Almost like the dog is saying, I see you, I'm watching, I'm deciding what to do next. Other dogs can read that signal instantly, but humans often miss it. We notice the wag itself and forget to look at everything else happening around it. If this video is helping you understand your dog a little better, consider subscribing. On this channel, we explore the hidden psychology behind everyday animal behaviors, because sometimes the smallest things our pets do carry the biggest meaning. Evolutionary origins. Tail signals didn't evolve for humans. They existed long before dogs lived with us. In wild canine species, body language is essential for survival. Actual fights are dangerous. An injury in the wild can be fatal. So animals developed ways to communicate clearly before conflict ever happens. The tail became one of those signals. It can show confidence, submission, curiosity, uncertainty, even excitement. Different tail positions allow dogs to quickly send emotional information to others without needing to escalate the situation. Modern dogs still use these same signals today. The only problem is most humans were never taught how to read them. The tail wag that confuses people the most. One of the most misunderstood signals is the high, stiff wag. People often see it and assume the dog is excited. But behavior experts often read it very differently. When a dog holds its tail high and moves it in short, rigid motions, it usually means the dog is highly alert. The dog is evaluating what's happening. It's not relaxed. It's not playful. It's a moment of tension. The dog is deciding how to respond. That's why some people say things like, "But the dog was wagging its tail right before it snapped." The wag wasn't happiness. It was heightened emotion and uncertainty, and the dog had been signaling that the entire time. How dogs wag for humans they trust. Interestingly, dogs often wag differently around people they love. When a dog greets someone they trust, the wag tends to become wide, loose, and relaxed. Sometimes the whole body joins in. You'll see the hips wiggle, the body curves. Sometimes the dog even lowers its front half slightly in excitement. That kind of wag is a genuine greeting. It's a mix of joy, affection, and anticipation. Some researchers believe this expressive whole body wag developed partly through thousands of years of living alongside humans. Dogs that communicated clearly with people built stronger bonds, and over time, those behaviors became more common. So that happy, wiggly greeting we love today may actually be a result of humans and dogs evolving together. At the end of the day, tail wagging is just one piece of a much bigger emotional language. Dogs don't speak with words, but they're constantly communicating through movement. Their ears, their eyes, their posture, their breathing, and of course, their tail. Once you start paying attention to the whole picture, things begin to click. You notice when your dog is excited, when they're unsure, when they feel safe, and when they're asking for space. The wag stops being confusing. Instead, it becomes a window into what your dog is feeling. Dogs have spent thousands of years learning how to understand humans, but the truth is, we're still learning how to understand them. That simple tail wag we see every day is actually part of a much deeper language, a language made of movement, instinct, and emotion. So the next time your dog wags their tail, pause for a second. Look at their posture. Look at their eyes. Look at their energy. Because that wag might not just mean happiness, it might be your dog saying, "I'm excited to see you. I'm curious. I'm not sure about this." Or sometimes, "I trust you." And learning to understand that language is one of the most powerful ways we can strengthen the bond we share with them.